Alright, up next is Deja Vu. Deja Vu is in the same style as Shadowgate, but it's a different setting. In this game... Whoop. That should be good. In this game, you're a private eye who's lost his memory, and you wake up in a bathroom stall, and you basically have to figure out who you are and how you got there. And it turns out you're being implicated in sort of a murder-kidnap mystery story, and you have to use your detective skills to work it out without your memory. Alright, I'll give you a countdown for starting. 5, 4, 3, 2... Oh, hang on. Sorry. Okay, I'm ready for reals. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Now, this game likes to double fire my inputs a lot, so I'm going to be really careful before I get to the slot machine, because if this game eats one of my inputs, my slot machine RNG is going to be off. Basically, every time you press the A button in this game and you hear a beep, the RNG cycles forward by 1. And that handles the RNG of the slot machine and some of the random events on the street as well. So as long as I stay on the right value, we're going to be fine. I do have a backup strat for if there's an extra input somewhere. But if it happens a lot, then I don't know what I'd do, actually. But I fired this up right before I started and it was fine, so here's hoping for the best. I'm gonna try and talk about the glitch in this game. It's not as cool or as time-saving as in Shadowgate, but it's still pretty cool. It basically allows us to skip an entire step in the game. And I guess I'll talk about it more when I get there. Alright, no inputs eaten so far. This is good. You can see, like, my down arrow double fired there. It happens with the D-pad as well. It's just something about the way the movement works in this game. So I'm just being really careful with the menus right now. In a speedrun, of course, I would just go full speed, and if anything happened, I would just reset and deal with it. Here I'm taking an extra item, same idea as in Shadowgate. We want to set up our inventory a certain way. We're almost at the slot machine. Whoosh. There goes another double fire. If that happens with the A button, that's what would really ruin this. But I'm just being really careful so it doesn't happen. Next room has the slot machine. So as long as I hit the use command without a double fire, now we're good. So we need a number of coins to take a taxi back and forth to different locations. And when you run out of coins, you come back here, and whenever you have 0 coins, you can find one in the slot machine. And whenever you have 1 coin and you use your last one, it'll always give you a win on this slot machine of varying quantities. But for a speed run, we want to make sure we win a big enough jackpot the first time, and that's what I just set up there. Alright. Oops. So basically what we're doing here is we're examining all our relevant evidence So that, like, basically at the end of the game, we have to go talk to the cops and clear our name because we're being implicated in a big crime. And we also have to get rid of some of the more damning evidence. Okay, I gotta set up a manipulation here. So I ate 2 extra inputs, and now we should be good. So this is where the glitch happens. I don't need any extra bullets. We have enough bullets to beat the game, but I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to go over to the address page so I can show you what's going to happen here. We're going to say, leave a bullet that doesn't exist. I think it's right here. Yeah, that's good. And then our addresses sort of mess up. And basically what happens... hang on. Are we good here? Yes. Basically what happens is the inventory gets all messed up and everything slides over one spot. And we lose our first key and it slides into our address area. Oh, whoops. Let's see. Coins. There we go. Anyway, the result of the inventory shift is that we get an address from the very end of the game that we're not supposed to have, and so we can skip a very long area of the game. Oops. See, again, another double fire of inputs there. So I gotta go back to use. Happened again. I should just be more careful and go a little slower. It gets really nuts. Like, I can show you guys at the end, if you just, like, touch the D-pad in multiple directions, like, it'll just spaz out all over the place. So yeah, if I've eaten too many inputs, some random stuff might happen on the street. There it goes again! Okay. If we see some random events on the street, it's not going to be so bad. They're pretty quick. They would be a reset, you know, in a speed run, but for the marathon, we're safe, we can keep going. So the purpose of that location was just to get the next address, where we're going to get some more very important evidence. We're going to go straight there. Oops. Alright, this door is locked and we have to shoot our way in. I think we use 3 bullets in this run, and you start with 3 bullets, so that's actually all you need to do a speed run. But if you don't know what you're doing, you might use extra bullets, and you can buy more. So in here we're just picking up this key, which is vital, and then the diary is just a piece of evidence that would implicate you, so we need to get rid of it. Or actually, no, you don't have to get rid of the diary, you just have to have it for information's sake. Okay, next is Sherman. Oh, we have to go to the other page. And after Sherman, we're going to show the benefit of the glitch. We're going to go to the address we're not supposed to have, which is actually invisible on my inventory right now. So we use key 5 to get into the doctor's office. We also use it to get into our own office, which is kind of weird. We sort of apparently share the same key with the doctor, who's in the same building. Kind of weird, but whatever. So this is the point in the game at which we regain our memory. We're going to use this medicine called bisodium to regain our memory. And you have to do this before you enter your office, otherwise the game will just kill you. It'll say, like, you're too dizzy and disoriented to keep going, and you pass out, and you basically die. Oh, whoops. Dose number 2. We have to take 3 doses to get all our memory back. Now the other thing is, there's some information in the file cabinet that sort of gives you some background on the story and what's going on. None of it is vital evidence, so you don't actually have to take it or get rid of it or anything, but what you do have to do is shoot the lock on the file cabinet before the game will actually let you win. If you don't do this, you will lose when you get to the end of the game. So we shoot the file cabinet open, the data is open to us, but we don't actually have to read any of it. It's kind of interesting how they set up the triggers for this game, but the more I think about it, the more I think, like, how unlikely is it that, like, anyone would figure out how to win this game properly? Like, without any outside help. You have to figure out exactly what to get rid of and how, which is really weird. You have to, any items that would implicate you, you actually have to go down, way deep down into a specific place in the sewer, and you have to drop the items there. And now, the game gives you lots of options for dropping items throughout the game. Like, there are waste baskets you can drop them in, for example. If you do that, the cops will find them later, and you won't win. So that's no good. Alright, it's time for our invisible address. So we're going to here. So yeah, our key 1 that was at the top of our inventory before slid over to the address page and got shifted to the bottom, and that's how the game handled it. It gave us this address at the very bottom. I was actually really surprised, but it only saves about a minute. Like, the difference between my glitchless and glitched runs are only about a minute. And this is another implicating letter, so in addition to needing to read it to trigger the end of the game, we also need to take it. So we're going to enter this house. There's a butler, and what do? We just hit him. Naturally. Oops. So yeah, as I say, the Shadowgate glitch saves you so much time. In this game, the glitch doesn't save you a lot of time, but it is still kind of neat. Definitely worth doing the glitch run. So in there, we only needed one piece of evidence, but we also needed the thing in the mailbox, so multiple things from this location. So yeah, my inputs have definitely changed. We're gonna see if we encounter anything on the street because of it. Oop. We probably will, but they're pretty brief encounters, so it's not too bad. Nothing here, that's good. So far, so good. Nothing here either. Maybe we won't encounter anything. We'll see. So we have to go back in here. We got the Note 3 from that bungalow, and the Note 3 has the combination to this safe. So even though we got to skip the... whoops, not that one. Even though we got to skip the entire process to get to Auburn, that invisible address, we still need to come back here, like, we don't need to use the box anymore, which we would have had to do in the glitchless run, but we still need to read this note, and it's very implicatory, so we need to take it and get rid of it. There is one more random event that can happen on the street. So yeah, finally we have everything we need. We've read all the information we need to know to clear our name successfully in the courtroom. But we have to get rid of our evidence. First of all, the gun we have. We had to shoot a hitman in our office. And so if we have our gun, the cops are going to implicate us one way or another. Need to get rid of this file. And this. Is that it? Yes, that's it. Oop. So now we're set for the ending. We're gonna go back up, go to the police station, turn ourselves in, so to speak. And here's one of the random events. So this is kind of funny, because this guy has a gun, but apparently if we just hit him, we hit him before he can do anything and he goes away. If you try to shoot him, he's going to have the faster reflex, and he's going to shoot you. Now, for whatever reason, the ending of this game, we wait until it actually says the end at the end. So there's a lot of mashing first. It's pretty much the opposite of Shadowgate, but I just go by whatever other people do first, so that everyone's timing conventions line up. So it's going to be about 5 seconds from now, and time. And that's Deja Vu.